Hi students, let's look at the second concept here of inequality. This time we'll be looking at inequality in two variables. But like I said to you, I would like you to try problem number 3 and number 4 of the inequality with one variable. And here are the solutions. You can pause this video to take a look closely at the two solutions. Should you have any question, you can ask the question when we come back to class. So here is the inequality in two variables. The inequality in two variables typically mean the same. In context, it's the same idea, but now it means that we are graphing the inequality in two variables, and that would mean the same thing as the xy coordinate that we have been graphing linear equation. And so the difference between the one variable and the two variable is here. With inequality, there are multiple solutions. Okay, so you know that. And so the linear inequality, there are multiple solutions in the form of SY points. Okay, so shading is necessary. Okay, that's the only difference between graphing line linear equation and graphing linear inequality. Okay, and when we graph inequality or equation, it means that we're looking at solution that satisfy the equation or the inequality. Okay, so as I mentioned before, when you graph the inequality in two variables, you have to keep in mind the following notation right here. Okay, so this is the notation. Well, not notation, but the expectation when you do the graphing of two variables. Okay, if you have a less than inequality or greater than inequality, it's going to be a dashed line or a broken line. And then if you have the equal sign, okay, it will be a solid line. Okay, so we'll look at those two and look at the example closely. Okay, so let me give you some of the basic steps in solving inequality in two variables. Okay, the first thing you would do is you would graph the line as usual. Okay, so okay, so I hope that you remember how to graph it. Look at my handwriting, it's so unreadable. Okay, let me erase that and write it again. As usual. Okay, and then after you graph it, you gotta determine the type of line. Okay, so you have to determine if the line is dash. Okay, dash if it is greater than or less than. Okay, or it might be solid line if it has the greater than or equal or the less than or equal sign. Okay. The third thing after you graph the line and determine this dash and solid line is to pick a point. Okay, pick a point that is not on the line. Okay, not on the line. Why? Because you are going to test it. And how do you test it? Well, when you test it by plugging into the inequality, and if it satisfies the equation, that means if the answer is yes, then you're gonna shade where the point is. Okay, shade where it has a point. Okay, if you answer no after you plug it in, then you're gonna shade the opposite side. Okay, and that will determine the solution to the inequality in two variables. So I'm going to look at the two examples, and then again I will have you do the other two examples and then come back to the next video to check the solution. Okay, so example number 1. Graph the inequality of y is greater than 1/2 s minus plus 1. Well, you know that this is the slope-intercept form, so kind of disregard the inequality for now. This is the line of y equals to 1/2 s plus 1. And if you remember, to graph that, you need a point, and the point is 0, 1. Okay, that's the y-intercept. And then you need the slope, and the slope is 1/2. 1/2 means that it's positive 1 and positive 2. That means after you plot this point, you're going to go up 1 and to the right 2. So let's plot that. I have the point right here, 0, 1. Okay, I'm going to go up 1 to the right 2, up 1 to the right 2. Okay, I'm just going to give myself some points here. Okay, and then I will go ahead and determine whether is, as you go back, step number 2 is say that determine if it's going to be a dash or a solid line. So when I look at that right here, it seems like I'm going to have a dash line because it does not have the equal sign. Okay, let me see what's going on here. Okay, so I'll go ahead and guess the dash or broken line here. Okay, and then the third thing I have to do is to pick a point that is not on the line. My best favorite point to pick if it's not part of the line is the 0, 0 right here. Okay, because that's the easiest for me to verify the inequality. So if I pick 0, 0, so if I choose 0, 0, then I plug into the equation. This is x and this is y. So if y equals to 0 right here, y, okay, y equals to 0, greater than 1/2, x also 0 plus 1, then when I simplify this, it's going to say that 0 is greater than, this is 0, 1. Is that true? Is 0 greater than 1? No. Okay, so since the answer is no, I'm going to shade on the opposite side of this point that I choose. Okay, so the shading for this inequality is going to be this right here. Okay, that means any point that lie in the shaded part are the solution to the inequality here. Okay, now let's take a look at the second example. This example right here is the standard form. So standard form means I pick 2 points. I'm going to let s equal to 0. If s equals to 0, I'm going to have y equal to 6 divided by 3 or 2. And I'm going to also let y equal to 0. If y equals to 0, I'm going to have s is 6 divided by 2 is 3. Okay, so using these 2 points, I'm going to sketch the line. So at 0, 2, so here's my 0, 2, and 3, 0. Here is my 3, 0. And I'm going to sketch the line from these 2 points, going through these 2 points. Notice here that I have the equal sign. Equal sign means that my line is going to be solid. So I go ahead and draw a solid line here. Okay, and again, since 0, 0 is not the point on that line, I'm going to choose that again. Okay, so I'm going to choose 0. Okay, hold on, let me hold my pen properly. 0, 0. Okay, and then I'm going to plug into the inequality here. So 2 times s is 0 plus 3 times y is 0 is less than or equal to 6. Let's simplify that. 2 times 0, 0, 3 plus 0, 0, 0 less than or equal to 6. Is 0 less than or equal to 6? My answer is yes. Okay, when I answer yes, that means I'm going to shade where it has the point that I choose. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and shade on the side that has the 0, 0 on it. Okay, so you notice the difference here? Okay, if my answer is no, I'm going to shade on the side that is the opposite to the point that I choose. But if my answer is yes, then I'm going to shade on the side that has that point. Okay, so that is how you find, you graph the solution of the linear inequality. Okay, so go ahead and try problem number 3 and number 4. And in the next video, you will see the solution to those 2 problems.